Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany. It's early in the morning, about 4:30 a.m.-ish, and as you can see we're not in my music room, but in the middle of Hamburg's industrial harbor area. Some graffiti stuff is going on around me, and I'm trying to pull off a stunt I tried to do yesterday night, but didn't succeed because just my camera batteries went low and just died halfway through. And I had this idea like for a while, like to take you around and show you what the city is like when everyone's asleep basically. And as I'm living close to the industrial area, I decided to take you around for a walk, for a longer walk possibly, and get you a few impressions of what Hamburg is like. So some of you might wonder why I'm actually awake, but what happened was I was going to sleep pretty early for when I go to sleep at about like, I don't know, I was sleeping about 11:30-ish, and as my biorhythm is pretty fucked up, I woke up at 3:30 and went on the internet as I do usually, and finished a record review for a album by Musik, which I posted already on my website baze.djunkiii a few minutes ago, and then decided, well, I could give it another try because I like the feeling out here, and also I like the area. There's train tracks, we are pretty close to train tracks, and yeah, I plan to have a walk to a tunnel, which is like pretty special, and you don't have it in other cities, I guess. It's an old tunnel, like 100 years old, underneath the river. The Alter Elbtunnel it's called. And what's special about it is like an elevator for cars. So you can basically drive in with your car and go down, go for a ride underneath the river, and then go up with the elevator on the other side. And possibly we'll walk into that place. See this building over there? I don't have any idea what it is, but I pretty like it, and I always had the impression that it could be like a great place to have a rave. Also, I don't know what it's inside. So a Ferris wheel near to that, and over here, this pretty weird building is that famous Elbphilharmonie thing, like a kind of opera concert kind of place for classical music, and which like was a big failure for Hamburg. It's getting more and more expensive, and actually the building costs are about 1 billion or more, I don't know. So like just a little fun fact, the last time I was here in I don't know, winter, early 2015 I guess, I went around here and it was like 2 a.m. I needed a bit of a break, and I went out like this, like with my hoodie and stuff because it was cold, and I kind of looked like a gangster, like actually, at least the cops thought so, and they pulled me over, and like I was pretty much questioned. They checked my bag and stuff. Maybe it's like because they were afraid that I'm gonna do graffiti or some other stuff. And every time I go here, I kind of expect to get pulled over, like when I'm here late at night. What you can see behind me, maybe, there are these cranes, which are actually for like unloading container ships. They're pretty typical for this area, like the harbor. And over here, a lot of containers, maybe you can see them, and there's a beautiful skyline niche thing of Hamburg, which actually might be pretty interesting for especially my American friends that Hamburg as a city doesn't have a pretty like individual skyline, and there's no like big towers. Hamburg is pretty plain in terms of buildings, but not less beautiful, I think. So actually, do you see this thing over here? It's one of the big mysteries of this area. Like a golden calf, illuminated obviously, and I don't have any idea what this means. It's been here forever, kind of, and I don't know if it's art or like kind of criticizing capitalism, like everyone's dancing around that golden calf, which is money. But if anyone has any idea what this means, just leave a note in the comments, I guess. I'd be pretty amazed to finally solve this mystery and see if anyone can tell me what this weird thing in the middle of the river means. Right about now we're like pretty in the center of the area we can go to, and as Hamburg has like the second biggest harbor, I guess, in all over Europe, containers and trades and stuff are like a basic essential thing for the city, like quintessential Hamburg, and you can see containers everywhere when you're near the river. And so I decided to take you with me into a container kind of thing, and I'm not sure if we're even supposed to be here. Containers, pretty everywhere, and these are big, like really big, and we're gonna see if we can have a glimpse. There was a sign that people are not supposed to walk around here, but I think for a minute and being careful, it's okay. So look at this. Or like, I'm like a tall guy, so these are huge. All up in the sky. It's like 5 stories of containers high. And actually each of these beauties is I don't know, 9 feet high, I guess. So it's pretty impressive to be around and have a look and stand all within these beautiful industrial metal pieces. I'm all inside of these huge things. You know, see it? This is mad. You see? They don't want people to be here. So actually what we have here is an Ölwehrgerät, which is a pretty good example of how stiff the German language can be at some point. The word refers to stuff that you use when it's spilled somewhere in the environment. So to protect the environment and nature, use all that stuff that's in here. And the, like what we call Behördendeutsch, which means a very formal and ultra formal use of the language, is Ölwehrgerät, and that's what you have inside of this box, I suppose. And over here, I'm gonna zoom in a bit. This is Hamburg's most famous bridge, I guess, Köhlbrandbrücke, which is pretty rotten at this point, and I think I've heard rumors that they need to renew it. Finally we kind of reached our destination. Alter Elbtunnel. You can see the entrance behind me, where the cars are supposed to go in, but we're not taking the elevator, we're taking the stairs. But first of all, I'm going to take you to the edge of the river. So finally we are standing at the Elbe. You can see over to Landungsbrücken, where we're gonna come out from underneath the river again. Over here is a view over St. Pauli, right into the sun. Big church is in Michel, which is one of the main churches here. And over there, the big thing. This is the Elbphilharmonie, which I told you was like pretty expensive to build and is still getting more and more costly. So we're about to enter the tunnel. You will see stairs and more stairs, and I hope the lighting works, because it might be pretty dark in here. But I guess it's kind of good, although they put out the lighting. You will see me getting like exhausted. Over here, the elevators, and it sounds like one is about to move in a bit, but I'm not too sure. Oh no, it's just this one. But there's no car inside. It goes down and down and down and down all the way. And this is where we're gonna go. Here is like one door you can see, so it's gonna be stairs and stairs and stairs and more stairs. And it's a fun thing for people when the weather is hot. They like to come down here and like go for a walk, because like you can imagine, we're gonna go down like 20-30 meters, and it's a little bit cooler down here, and that's why I didn't take you on like during daytime, because it's gonna be pretty packed with tourists, and I guess like vlogging is not that common in Hamburg. I don't see many people around doing that, and like vlogging English is even like more uncommon, because I think a lot of German people have like trouble with like learning another language. So it's like came from here, huge thing. We're gonna go down there. There's a safety net, like to prevent people from committing suicide. And so here is this stairs and more stairs. Turning around, and guess what? Big surprise! Even more stairs coming. And now we finally reached the ground. I'm gonna go all the way through this piece here. It's pretty amazing. It looks pretty good, and so I'm going to take you on a walk through that. As I said, I don't have any idea how deep we are or how long this thing is, but it's pretty sure it has been closed for a while, so like cars couldn't go through it, just because of like safety, and they had to renovate it. But it was always, or most of the time, it was open for like pedestrians and cyclists. And I always like dreamt of having a party here, like a rave or a proper techno thing. But actually, I think that's not even possible, and the acoustics would suck too. There's a big vent over here, and not a vent like, I don't know, sounds like, or looks like from an aircraft or something like that, and makes pretty weird noises if you can hear it. But it might even be the speaker over there. I haven't seen that happening It's like ambient kind of things. Tribal drums. Pretty amazing. We made it halfway through. You can still hear the sound, or at least I can. So it must be a kind of like art thing, installation or whatever. This is just a test vlog, I guess, to see how comfortable I am, like walking around with a camera in public, figure out angles and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this so far. So actually I was right in like thinking that we're gonna have a kind of installation here. Sound is done by a guy, the Turkish guy Sevdet Erek or whatever. Some info going on here. Gonna read that later. So finally, stairs, all the way up. We're on the other side of the river. Another safety net to prevent people from killing themselves. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little like kind of random journey through the more industrial areas of Hamburg. You might not see every day because they're not recommended in any like tourist guide or wherever. And usually you can actually take the ferry and go around. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but whoa, I'm getting old. Like 37. It's like I need to exercise a bit. I'm exhausted. I'm talking ferries. Yeah, if you have a train ticket, like public transport, which is called a Tageskarte, like all-day ticket, you can use a ferry. And like recommended is going to, I guess it's a line 62 to Finkenwerder. I am fucking exhausted. Sorry for coughing and stuff, but whoa, I can take it. Here we are. Final thing. All down the Elbtunnel. See, elevator coming up. Doves. And finally, last meters for this journey. And I might figure that the video is way too long. I apologize for that, but it's just a little random walk for everyone. Here we are. If you like this video and like me being exhausted, like give a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a message in the comments, and I try to respond to you as soon as possible. It's pretty appreciated that you're all here following me. Next journey soon. Next journey Berlin.